So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's do better underscore fitness, and that's for my work one, and our car one is watch underscore German underscore cars. Okay, please enjoy the video. So today's video is asked to make how do I get better range out of my electric vehicle. So honestly, I'm not going to be doing this myself. I just drive it in sport, and I also tune them and make them a little faster, but I'll tell you how to do it so you can do it. So most of these electric cars have a smart mode, or so it will basically use the navigation and the cameras in front of you and be able to give you max range. The Taycan has range mode. This is a Mercedes EQC, and you can see I'm in sport, so I'm going to obviously take it out of sport. I'm going to put it in this thing called MR, max range. This will use the cameras and the GPS, and it will basically keep you to the speed limits. It'll see what's happening ahead of you and control the regen based on what it sees. It is really good, and honestly, when I put my map on for the trip back, it was going to be 150 miles, and it was saying I would only get home at 2%. So it was trying to show me charging locations, but because of the time, because we have kids in the car, I didn't want to charge it. So I'll tell you what I did. So here's the first step thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the ambient lighting, which actually saves you quite a lot of energy. So you can go into this comfort ambient lighting option and you can change how bright your ambient lighting is. This will make a difference in the range that you're getting. And if you're really trying to eke out the most miles, turn it off. I would recommend honestly just using the voice command to turn it off, and I'll show you here how to do so. So as you can see, I've got the interior ambient lighting on. So turning this off actually makes a huge difference. Changing your mode from what I tend to drive in sport. I'm gonna put that into max range, and then we'll see that should help me. This will also help me not go over the speed limits, and we'll see if that makes a difference up here. And then we're gonna turn off ambient lighting, and if you turn off climate control completely, that also will make a big difference. So it's not updating yet, but when it does update it, it does make a big difference. You can use voice command to turn off your ambient lighting. Turn off ambient lighting.
I'm turning off the ambient light.
So I've done this in the past, and that makes a huge difference. It actually saved me 22% on a long drive. So that's crazy. I was supposed to get home with 2%, and I got home with 22%. So that made a pretty big difference. All right, climate control. This is something you can turn off completely, and you'll see that will make a difference, hopefully. It's definitely showing me more range on the miles. This stuff is just very slow to change, but it will eventually change. Okay, so we're not gonna get home until 9:23 if we're lucky, showing that we're gonna do this many miles, and I didn't have enough range until I turned off the ambient lighting. Turning off the ambient lighting, it was saying I was gonna get home with 2%. Now it's saying 12%. So basically, I'm just gonna try to beat that 12%. But realistically, if we get home at 12, I'm happy. So I was able to get home at 22%. So this is a lot better than what the car even thought without the ambient lighting. I kept the climate control on the entire way home because I've got kids in the car, and honestly, I want to be comfortable. And I'm not scared to get home at very low percentage because I know I can plug it in. But the way I did this is I actually turned off the auto regen, and I used it in manual mode more often. So if there was a place I could coast, I would turn on the coasting function. And if I thought I was going to get some regen, I would put it in max regen, or I would use a little bit of regen when I knew I didn't need the full max regen. And by doing this, I can actually get a lot more back in the pack than leaving it in auto. But I'd make it like a game for me. And as you can see, I didn't really do that amazing on the way home. 47.9 of the 151 mile trip was pretty good, as it says. My average was 2.9 miles per kilowatt, which for me, that's good enough. I can get it up to 3 something, but I didn't stay in max range all the way home. I get bored, and as soon as I seen I was going to get more, I think I got it up to 28 or 29, and then I put it back into comfort and sport for the rest of our journey home. But if you are more patient than me, and you're really more concerned about range rather than comfort, then if you keep it in max range and you use the regen like I'm using it, so you manually control it so you can get the most that you can get out of it. And if you have a hard time doing that, put it in auto regen. It does a pretty good job. So following these little things, making sure the tire pressures are all correct. So if they're a little higher, I run mine a little higher, but these heavy cars need it, and that makes a big difference. The car's always clean. This is freshly detailed if I'm taking on a trip because it's a little bit better through the air, and I've tested that on many occasions, even with our like diesel and petrol cars. It just goes through the air better, even at speed. So hopefully this has helped you. If it has, please like and subscribe. And if you too have a question, let me know and I really will try my best to make you a video. See you guys next Wednesday. Bye.